See, I'm not a hacker. I am learning to tinker around with today's gadgets, because you know, I know because of female's nature, it's pretty much pointless to fuck with them, so I gotta use my mind on other shit. So I did learn a couple things, but even I know it. See, the thing is, when my ex left, she said I'm the father of them two kids. I I didn't ask for a DNA test, because you're supposed to just believe them for being honest, right? And so I said, hey, let's go get them enrolled to my tribe. Since we can't enroll them to your tribe, since they dropped your blood quantum to where they don't have enough to be part of your tribe. She's like, all right. So my tribe. Well, let's see here. Wait a minute. Where am I? This way. Okay, wait a minute. All right. That way. Yeah, no, yep, that way. Not that way. That way. My tribe is over that way. But anyway, the DNA lady from my tribe, she asked me a series of questions. I said, yes, the mother is right here with me, and I'm not trying to do anything stupid, falsify any information, say, yeah, that's my kid, let's get him enrolled. But you see, I don't know any men that have tried to use someone else's kid to enroll them to their tribe as their own just so they can collect tribal checks from that kid until they turn 18. So I'm guessing that was probably the reason why they started doing DNA tests. But personally, I believe that that wasn't the case. I believe my tribe caught on to how many indigenous women of my tribe and other tribes and non-indigenous women had tried pulling one over my tribe and saying, hey, this kid belongs to this guy. I'd like to get him enrolled. I'm guessing since so many of them got injured as kids, and they got the blood work from these kids, and then when that so-called father ended up in the hospital and they took his blood work, and someone at my tribe was like, let's find out if he's actually the father so that we can really decide if this kid really deserves these tribal checks that this woman claims this kid deserves. That's just my thought. I don't know what really happened. I don't really know how it all went down, but that's just my thought on it. But anyway, when that DNA lady started talking to my ex, then she brought up the word DNA test. This ain't the original device that was thrown at me, but it's the same make and model. Because the other device, she fucked it up. She didn't like being asked to do a DNA test. I had to replace that phone. I had to call the phone company up on her phone saying, hey, I need a replacement phone. This one got damaged. No questions asked, put it in a bag, sent it. 2 weeks later, got a new one. But ever since then, I started thinking of an exit plan with her because she threw the phone at me when the DNA lady said, "Hey, we need to do a DNA test first to prove that you know your bloodline actually comes from this tribe." And then tribal checks were about to come out, and I said, we could use this extra money. Let's get on the ball with it. Oh, you don't believe you're the dad? You think someone else is the dad? You see, she wouldn't talk like that around the landlord. She wouldn't talk like that around my caregiver, my mom. She wouldn't talk like that around any relatives. She waited till we were home alone to fucking talk to me like that. And then one day we were out walking around getting some errands done. The DNA lady gives me a call and asks me what's going on. Why haven't you guys set up the appointment for getting the DNA test? Is she still with you? And I gave her the phone again. And this time it's on the new phone. And the DNA lady asked her, "What's the problem? Why haven't you guys set up the appointment? You know his tribe's going to pay for the DNA test. Nothing's coming out of pocket on your guys' end." And she fucking flips out. In public, has a total fucking meltdown. For everyone to fucking see. And, you know, I'm sitting there, gotta fucking take it, like, because everybody who was driving by knows I was standing a good 5 feet distance from her. And this was before the fucking lockdown. This was in 2018? 2019. It's just one of those 2 years. For fucking 2 days straight, she's fucking mad at me. I'm like, hey, she's the one who fucking asked you for the DNA test. I didn't. So if you want to blame anyone for thinking I'm not the father, you blame her. I already learned not to fucking ask you that question anymore. It's not worth the fucking drama. And what I really wanted to say is, well, since you acted the way you did, I now truly believe I'm not the father. But I didn't say that until a few months after, when the DNA lady wanted to talk to me. But I actually called my tribe to see if there was another check coming out, because I heard through the grapevine. And then, I decided to talk to the DNA lady. I said, well, she's not trying to do a DNA test because her excuse is that um, she's scared she's going to have to pay. It's going to come out of her pocket and she doesn't know where to go. And the DNA lady says, hey, just set up the appointment wherever you guys set it up at. The tribe will pay for it. And after I had that confirmation from the DNA lady, that's when I started talking to her as calm as possible. I did not raise my fucking voice. I said, hey, I just got off the phone with the DNA lady again, and she assured me that This DNA test isn't coming out of pocket. All you got to do is just set up an appointment wherever it's got to be. At this clinic, at that hospital, wherever. I mean, she specifically told me it couldn't be a home test. Yeah, I was all right with that, because personally, I didn't care if I was the father or not. Is that I really didn't want to have kids anyway. It's just part of that blue pilled mentality. You're a man. You're expected to take care of those who are too weak to care for themselves. But we're in the day of equality. So I don't have to be obligated to take care of someone that's weaker than me. But she didn't put out for a good 3 months after that. And then somehow she got fucking knocked up. I mean, I recognized all the signs of her being pregnant, and I'm like, wait a minute, you ain't let me hit that shit in 3 months. Why the fuck do you got signs of being pregnant again? One of the first signs I realized she was pregnant, she stopped buying her blood diapers, and it's just. But anyway, I the point I'm getting at is they left. She fled the state. She went to a woman's battered shelter right after I told her I wasn't in my dad's will anymore. Because someone in my family told her I was in my dad's will and I was about to inherit a lot of shit when he passes. And personally, I don't care about that shit. But then I always wondered from a certain year why everybody started being nicer to me. Why they started letting me do this and do that with them. Wanting to be like, hey man, let's go do this. Let's go have fun. I'm not used to having basically the whole reservation wanting me to be part of it. I mean, literally, the whole reservation was trying to treat me like I fucking belonged. After a whole lifetime. Something in my head clicked. I need to find out why everybody's starting to treat me like. And the only thing I remembered how I really went out and I started being a piece of shit of what I was accused of. I really started fucking committing crimes. Shit I was accused of as a kid. Stealing shit. It got to the point where I even started actually stealing drugs from actual hardcore drug dealers. I got to the point where I was willing to fight 3, 4, 5 guys at a time. I was used to being accused of shit I never did by that whole fucking reservation. Then I found out why they started being nice to me, why they started trying to make me being a part of it. I went back to the fucking streets. I went back to where I was actually used to and comfortable with how I was treated before. And then my dad says, are you happy? I was like, what do you mean? That you're in my will. So, you piece of shit. That's why everybody fucking likes me now. Fuck. I was the only one who didn't know that. The worst part of it all is my sister, he never really liked me. Started being nice to me. My brother, who was always combative with me since we were fucking kids, and he had the protection of his mom. He started being nice to me. That's when I realized something really was fucking going on, and I'm used to being accused of shit I never did. What really made me fucking realize something was really off is because my mom's husband, she brought him home, he was a white boy. Her older sister treated me like garbage up until that point. And after she realized that he was going to be staying in my mom's life, she started to treat me like I was blood. And that was about 2013, 2014. He passes away. She went back to treat me like before my mom brought him home. That's female's nature. What made her change was about a year or two later that she found out it was my dad's will. She was being nice to me. She was trying to cook me breakfast, cook me lunch, dinner. I said, hey, you don't have to be homeless anymore. Come live with me. I didn't want to. Said, hey, bro, she needs help, paying bills. Go live with her. Like, no, no. It was her older brother who fucking begged me to live with her. My own mom begged me to live with her. But you see, the point I'm getting at is when they left and I started my YouTube channel. I had other YouTube channels before, but this one was because I found the fucking manosphere. Feminists. They're probably not good at hacking, so they probably paid someone like the greatlunbootlicker to hack for them. Find out where my kids live. They sent me videos. And before I could share all that information, before I had VPN on this device, that I no longer use except for just recording videos when, like the great bootlicker is fucking controlling this device right now. They were able to hack that device and delete everything on there that I had saved. I couldn't get access to my emails anymore. I couldn't get access to my Facebook, nothing. Because they wanted to prevent me from using that information to show the legal system that they were stalking kids. This was just when I was starting to be part of the manosphere, sharing my personal experiences, how females treated me, how others treated me. And now that I got a VPN on this one, it's supposedly a good one. And the great one, bootlicker, and big tech. They enjoy fucking controlling it. Man, I'm tired of these fucking hackers. I don't care if they're so-called crusading to stop bullying and all that shit. That shit don't fly no more. Until you fucking hackers start going after these other fucking sicko hackers, you ain't no fucking different. Just like them cops who don't go after bad cops. They are not good cops because they still allow those bad cops to do what they're doing. I don't care if you got any type of fucking military service or your job is to hack because, the company hired you to do that. You know, this ethical hacker shit, no. But yeah, I do understand, yes, there are bad hackers out there, and there are supposedly good hackers, but none of the good hackers are actually trying to stop the bad hackers because if they do that, they don't have a fucking job anymore. That's why they don't want to stop it because they won't have a job anymore. But if I had did what them feminists did, if I had hacked them, if I had doxed them, I'd definitely be in prison right now. And yet the great one bootlicker, he's hacking minors. He's hacking them, finding their personal information because he's using the excuse that they're being bullies online. How do we know that the great bootlicker wasn't also someone that used to work for the guy who didn't kill himself? And the other guy who wouldn't kill himself?